What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Welcome back. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you guys are watching this. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit sick here, but I want to give you guys another video before the weekend hits. So subscribe if you're new, leave a like if you enjoy the fact that I look out for your Fridays, because, you know, I don't know, some of you guys still go to work on Fridays. First thing I want to get into is the Battlefield 6 beta being the most played beta in Battlefield history. I got this screenshot here, posted originally from Charlie Intel, or probably originally from the Battlefield Twitter. But yeah, as you could tell, 420 million total matches played with 92 million hours of gameplay. Kind of crazy, right? Over a beta. Now, I'm sure some of it, I'm sure some of the messages and numbers here are probably like a little odd, like how are there so few revives and things like that? How are there, so many enemies killed, things like that? Well, I just want to say that, I think that this beta was really successful, even in terms of like a Call of Duty fan. As you guys know, I'm not really a Battlefield guy. I know my place. I do like covering the game because I want Call of Duty to have competition. I want people and developers at Call of Duty to have to actually try at their game. And if, Battlefield can put a dent in that player count, guess what? Activision's gonna have to wake up and start trying. You guys know that the infamous saying, they think they're too big to fail. And I mean, looking at this, looking at how many players played the Battlefield beta, I don't know. I wouldn't say you're too big to fail. You know what I mean? I made videos on this in the past about like Toys R Us and Sears going out of business, companies that thought they were too big to fail, companies that thought they were on top of the freaking world, and they collapsed. They are nobodies now, right? Now, I obviously don't want that to happen to Call of Duty and Activision because I don't want to end up playing Battlefield. I'll be straight up honest with you guys. I'm a Call of Duty player. I want to play Call of Duty games. I don't want that. I don't want Call of Duty to go away completely and I'm stuck with games like Battlefield because I don't play Battlefield for a reason. Now, I am probably not the majority. I would say a lot of casual gamers especially are down to try Battlefield. And that's the scary part if you're Activision. If you're Call of Duty, you're probably looking at this seeing, wow, a lot of Call of Duty players are probably playing it. And the main point of this video here, why people are mad about Battlefield 6, or maybe not mad, but I guess COD players are probably mad. It's because Battlefield 6 developers are nerfing the movement in-game for launch after seeing people abuse the slide and jump mechanics in the beta. Actually crazy. I think it's really funny here is that everybody in the comment section and all the replies are just like, yeah, take your schizophrenic play back to Call of Duty, stop trying to sweat so much in our game, things like that. Battlefield is more of a realistic, like slower paced game. And I guess a lot of the COD fan base, evidently hopped on the Battlefield 6 beta and played the way Call of Duty players played. You can tell because the revives are super low and, I think the overall trend and, what is the, stereotype. That's it. Yeah. The stereotype is that Call of Duty players are selfish. They don't care about people. They go for their own kill streaks. They go for their own rewards and self-glory. And Battlefield players are not like that at all. And I guess this is kind of proof that a lot of the Call of Duty players migrated on over to the Battlefield 6 beta because, well, let's face it, who's trying to play Black Ops 6 these days? Okay, that game is like slow as hell. Apparently, there's a like 90s action hero thing that I'll talk about at the end of this video if I've got some time. But yeah, the events in that game are a complete joke. The game itself is pretty rough. And so I think it's obvious that a lot of people would be tuning in to the Battlefield 6 beta. Again, it was free. It was, not the hardest thing to download, not your hardest thing to get your hands on. So yeah, essentially, let's go ahead and read it off the screen here. Movement mechanics have been adjusted to create a more balanced and traditional Battlefield experience. Momentum, especially horizontal speed carried from a slide into a jump, has been reduced. There's now a greater penalty for consecutive jumps, which basically means they're nerfing bunny hopping, which lowers jump height when jumps are spammed. Firing while jumping or sliding will result in increased inaccuracy. Essentially, they're trying to slow down the game. They're trying to slow down the gunfight so it's a little more, I guess, a little more Battlefield-ish and a lot less Call of Duty fan base. And a lot of the Battlefield fan base is, very happy with this. They're just like, yeah, good. Now Call of Duty players are going to get the hell out of our game. A lot of COD players are mad. A lot of COD players are just like, wow, like, what am I supposed to play now? Don't make me go back to Call of Duty. And again, I don't really blame them there. It's supposed to feel more sluggish, which again, as a Call of Duty player, and I think like a lot of Call of Duty fans are not going to like that, right? People like the fast pace, in your face movement and action packedness all the time, right? That's why people are digging like Nuketown and Babylon and Shipment, all these super small maps all day, every day. At least that's what Call of Duty players are used to, right? People sign up for Call of Duty for that reason. But honestly, again, like I said in previous videos, if you're a Battlefield player, this is like music to your ears, because you don't want to deal with all the brokenness. You don't want to deal with that stuff because you're just trying to have a good time yourself and in the game that you play, right? Imagine if Call of Duty was like slowed down to a crisp and they introduced maps like Stonehaven and, you know, Stormfront from Call of Duty goes like huge maps for 6v6. You would just drop the game altogether, right? That's essentially what Battlefield 6 is kind of struggling with here. You know, if you cater to a completely different fan base that's not your own, you know, if you're Battlefield players, you're not feeling very catered to, yeah, that's what's going to happen. People are just going to ditch your game and people are not going to like it. And that's unfortunate because it seems like people are really digging Battlefield 6. I think that this game actually, you know, supposedly does have a good chance. Especially if you're a Battlefield fan, you're probably going to be playing this game for at least a few months now. But yeah, that's the main news about why people are mad. I got some other news here to talk about in regards to Black Ops 6. I guess I am a Call of Duty channel, so we do have to talk about, you know, the things that go on, and I do want to give my opinion on it. All right, so there's going to be a new 90s Action Heroes event, which is launching, I believe, today. Actually, yesterday, technically. Today, when I'm recording this, August 21st. But yesterday, when you guys are watching this, it's basically an XP gathering event. You just level up, unlock rewards by playing matches, getting kills, and earning XP. This is so lame. And this is the main problem with Call of Duty rewards and Call of Duty events. Nobody cares, dude. I don't care about XP. Plus, a lot of the rewards, let me just take a look at the rewards here. I actually don't think that there's many like pictures yet, but we'll probably see like in game. The mastery reward for over 600,000 XP is boxing gloves, which is the melee weapon. And then if you have and then the boxing gloves in Black Cell, I don't even know if you have to have Black Cell or not. You literally get nothing interesting here. You get what, some sprays, an emblem, calling card, weapon charm, a couple of XP tokens, a finishing move. Let's see, a decal, a field upgrade. Okay, that's, I guess, kind of interesting. But like, seriously, dude, like these rewards are just a complete joke. And then the challenges to get it is not even an actual challenge. It's literally just play the game. Just spend time on our game. Please, we're begging you. And then we'll give you a calling card at the end. Like, brother, who is doing that? This is just embarrassing. I have to lower my voice because, you know, as you guys can tell, I'm still sick. Sick of the BS, sick of from my flu, you know, whatever. I'm sick of everything. It's just, this is so bad. This 90s Action Heroes event, like this is how I know, you know, Charlie Intel didn't even cover this stuff. I don't know any like news sources that covered this because who cares, man? All these Call of Duty, you know, supposed events, supposed things that you're supposed to be super excited about, they're so bad. They're so uninteresting. And I don't know. I'm a Call of Duty channel that's rather talking about Battlefield 6 news and updates before my own game because it's just, that's just the state we're in, where it's just so rough out here, so uninteresting. I don't know what to say, man. I'm at a loss for words. I think if you're gonna have events in Black Ops 7, which I believe you are, make sure to do it right. Okay, don't do this stupid XP stuff. Don't do this stuff based on playtime, and give us actual rewards. Give us some camos, give us some weapons, some blueprints, some cool things, some operators even, you know, enough with the weapon charms, enough with the double XP tokens that don't matter and nobody cares about, right? Especially at the end of a game, right? Like I think I saw that carry forward is coming with XP tokens, which is good. That's nice. Thank you. But seriously, like, I don't know, man. Double XP means like literally nothing compared to what the days when it used to mean something. And that's just sad that that's the reality that we're living in here. If you guys are playing Battlefield 6, let me know in the comment section down below. If you're excited for Black Ops 7, let me know that in the comments as well. And if you don't care, just type hi in the comments. Just say hi, I still made it, or something like that. And I'll know that you guys made it to the end of the video because you guys are the real ones. Also, drop in the comment section what you eating for dinner tonight. It's Friday night. You know, go out, get something good. I'm not talking about McDonald's. Get something healthy. I'll see you in the next video. I'm probably going to get me some Chipotle. Yeah, let's get some Chipotle. I'll see you in the next video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace, and peace.